Hey everybody, welcome to our parent meeting for the 2021 school year for the Herriman High School cheer team. My name is Sarah Oborn. I'm the head coach of the Herriman High School cheerleaders, and I do have some assistant coaches, but unfortunately they aren't able to be with me during this time. Kayla Jones is one of my assistants, and Brian Edwards is another assistant. And like I said, I wish they could be here so that you could meet them. I want to go over some information with you very quickly because I know it's hard to watch these online videos for longer than 30 minutes max. So I'm going to do my very best to keep it short and sweet. If you have any questions, I want you to shoot me an email at the end. My email address is sarah.oborn@jordandistrict.org. Again, any questions you have, just shoot me an email. Very first and foremost, I hope all of you are safe and healthy and are enjoying this little bit of a break. If some of you are bored, I am not bored yet, but I'm sure I will get there. I miss all of you that I've seen and met. I miss cheer, and so I hope we can get back to this soon. I know everyone's very, very first question is going to be, when are tryouts? When are tryouts? I promise I will get to dates. But let me go in somewhat of an order so that I don't forget anything. Let's go over this packet really fast because that's going to answer a few of your questions. This is the tryout packet. Kids should have picked it up in the main offices of their junior high or high school. And if they did not, don't stress. I will go over that information really fast, and the tryout packet is actually online now, so that's a wonderful thing. This very first page has a list of dates on it, and right now those are changing rapidly, so don't worry about this dates page too much right now. There's some summer dates and stuff that you can focus on. If you would like a copy of this, I'm happy to send you an email with it, and you can go over that separately. It's not linked to our tryout packet, so again, I can send that to you. As far as tryouts go, we were planning to do tryouts April 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. We are not going to be able to do tryouts April 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, unfortunately. I had thought about doing an online video tryout, and it seems like a good idea. And then the more I talk with coaches and other schools, tryouts is part of the fun of being involved in a sport. I know that it doesn't seem like it, but it really is part of the experience, and we want you to have that. So for now, we're hoping that we can try out towards the end of April. If it gets pushed a little bit farther, which it may, we'll just keep you posted and get you some information as it comes to us. If at all anything happens and we do have to do a video tryout, then we do a video tryout, and that's the way it will work. But for now, we'd like you to experience that. So we're going to try and postpone as long as we can, and maybe things will be lifted and we can do tryouts and all get back to normal, which would be fantastic. So as far as the states page, go ahead and go over it. But like I said, a lot of things are changing. So far, the summer stuff is still the same. Dates into May are still similar. So I'm not worried about those yet, but they could change. We will just keep you informed as we get information. This packet starts out with these purple pages. This first purple page is on the tryout packet online. You were either emailed that link if you were at the sneak peek. I did get several email addresses, or this link is on our Instagram page, and I believe it's on our Facebook page too. The Instagram page is Herriman High Cheerleaders. The link is in our bio, and you can click on that, and the Google form will pop up with the tryout application. It will go in order of everything. Now, there are some forms that are separate attachments that you will copy and send to either your coaches or your teachers. This second page of the purple tryout packet that you flip to is the coaching one. Now, I've had a lot of questions. Hey, what if I've never had any cheerleading experience? I just have a tumbling coach. Or I've never had any coaches, I've taught myself. Whoever you need to send this to, whether it's just your tumbling coach, feel free. If you've never done cheer, don't stress. But if you have, submit this to your all-star coaches. If you've done all-star even a couple years ago and you haven't done it for a bit, shoot it to them. It's okay. Send them that and they can give us an idea of what you were able to do when you did it. If you taught yourself how to tumble, good job. Fill this out yourself and then send it back to me. And then make sure you send me an email back with it that says, hey, listen, coach, I don't have a special tumbling coach. I filled it out myself, just so that I know where it's coming from. We do ask that you perform some of those skills at tryouts. So it's kind of important that you are honest, at least in that, so that we know where you're at skill-wise. Again, the stunting thing, if you've done gymnastics your whole life or you've done dance and you've never stunted, it's okay. We teach you all of that. We just like to know what baselines and stuff that you have that we can work with. So don't worry. The teacher ones, I have had some already given back to me in paper form, and I've had some emails saying, hey, I already have all of my recommendation letters and my coach's form in paper form. Awesome. Hang on to those. Just shoot me an email saying I have these all in my possession already in paper form. You don't need to resubmit them online. Just hang on to them for tryouts. But those of you who don't have access to your teachers anymore or coaches, this is a link that I will give you to send to them. It's in this Google Forms. And then you just send those to them and they email them back to me. It's super easy. The next portion of the tryout form online is the injury report, right? Some of you may have not ever experienced any injuries, and some of you may have. Some of you may have asthma. These are all things that we just would like to know to keep you safe. So if you have asthma and need an inhaler, we want to make sure that if we're going to go out and run a mile, that you have your inhaler with you. If you have broken your ankle or elbow or whatever, and we're doing something that requires a brace or some tape, those are things we'd like to make sure that we keep extra protection for you on. So that's that page. If you haven't experienced anything, just put non-applicable on there, NA, whatever. As I think you have to fill that out. So some response is necessary. In the tryout packet is the Constitution. This did not end up getting in the link. So if you do not have a packet and can't read it in paper form, shoot me an email, because this is going to be important for you to read and review before you sign the Constitution part saying that you've read it. Like I said, if you did not get this, I will send it to you in an email and you can go ahead and read this with your student. This is super important to go over. There's a lot of information in here. I'm not going to go over it on this video because there's just a lot. It talks about everything that you probably have a question about. It will probably be in this Constitution. So read that. And then at the end, there's this yellow form. This is on the Google Forms saying that you have read the Constitution. Sign this with both you as the cheerleader and parent. And then that will be great. That will know that, or I will know that you've read that. There is a permission form for tryouts. This is on the Google Forms as well. Read this and then sign it. Same thing on the Google form. And then I will know that you've read and signed that. The last part of our tryout packet are these 3 letters of recommendations from teachers and a PE teacher or a coach or somebody. These, if you have managed to make it all the way through your Google Forms and you're like, crap, I forgot to do the link and copy it and paste it to any of my teachers, I can re-email you just that link for any of your teachers or for the coaches, and you can send that to them in a separate email. So don't fret, I'll help you. We'll just communicate via email. That's that for the tryout packet. Hopefully all of you uploaded a really cute picture so I know who you look like and go, oh, I saw you. That was great. Because the picture's important too. I have started receiving some of these, so great job by you guys who are already on top of it and filling it out. As far as grades go and attendance, I've received emails saying, hey, what if third quarter isn't quite over? Do I just submit third quarter grades? Absolutely. Submit your grades if they are above a 3.0 and you're like, I am doing great. These are my grades right now. Just go ahead and submit that. End of quarter is next week, so I know, they're not fully submitted yet, but at this point, you're pretty safe. If you're waiting for grades to go up and you're working with your teachers on that and you need those grades to go up, then feel free to go ahead and wait and then attach that. If you go into Skyward, you can click on your grades and save that, and you can also click on your attendance and save that so that when you go to upload those, it will be there for you. If there's any other questions on this Google form, please don't hesitate to ask. I tried to make it as simple as I can because I'm not super computer tech savvy, and so I am all about ease, and I hope I made it easy enough. The next thing I want to go over is the cost sheet. I know a lot of parents are concerned about the costs of cheer. I will go over the cost sheet as I have it in front of me. If you would like a copy of this, shoot me an email and I will get you a copy of this so you can go over it as parents and understand what the financial responsibility is on this. These are all tentative, so they could either go up just a little bit, I really doubt it, or down. We try and do our very, very best to associate a fundraiser with cost so that the cost is very minimal to you or none at all. I've had cheerleaders fundraise all of their cheer costs, and so they haven't paid any out of pocket, which is awesome. And then I've had some with, some costs, but they've participated and they've done a pretty good job with fundraising. And so the cost for cheer has been more minimal for them. I want everyone to feel like they can participate and not be excluded from something like this, because I love cheer so much. It's so fun and it is so involving for these kids that I want everyone to feel like they can participate, which is why we do these. I'm not an advocate of the little teeny tiny fundraisers out selling candy bars and stuff like that, so don't worry. I try and make these fundraisers count. So let's go over this really fast, and then I will let you know if there is a fundraiser associated with it. So the cheer participation fee, which is a school requirement, it is a fee that you pay upon registration, like when you register for school, and there's all the fees that are associated with that. This is $75. It'll show up on your registration, and that is your cheer participation fee. I don't fundraise for that one, unfortunately. But if you have any problems, please let me know, and we can go over how to help you with that. Cheer uniform is the very first thing we try and order. They do take a while because they're made especially for your girls, and so that's the very first thing we order. That cost is $300. It comes with the skirt, the shell, the liner, and the Spanx. I know it is crazy expensive, and there's not a lot they get with it, but we do a fundraiser at the beginning of the year when they very first make the team. It's AP Dance. It's a dance competition fundraiser, and the kids have usually been able to earn almost the entire cost of their uniform on that. So if you want to participate, this is a mandatory fundraiser, so every student would participate in this. This fundraiser is in May, and so it's still kind of hanging in the wind as far as hoping it will happen. If it doesn't, this is the one where I'm super sorry if it doesn't happen, but we're hoping that it will. The next thing on the list is the Spirit Pack. The Spirit Pack usually costs about $250. We try not to go over that. Now they're letting us go over the cost of the cheer spirit pack, which I try not to. I want to make sure that you guys get a lot of bang for your buck, and I try not to exceed that cost. So in this, they usually get 3 pairs of shorts and 3 tops, like a jacket and a pant, and then there's a small amount of shipping that gets charged to us, unfortunately. We are a Nike sponsored school, which means we order everything Nike. So that's kind of cool. It's nice stuff, and then it's usually printed with anything we want on it related to Herriman cheer. We try and get nice quality stuff. Usually if you're a girl on the team, you'll get a sports bra in addition to that. And I know that was one thing I left out. Like I said, we try not to go over $250. If anything, we try and stay under a little bit, but by the time we pay shipping, it usually gets right there. This fundraiser, we usually do a banner fundraiser. The kids can earn $200 off of each banner they sell to a business. So say for example, you go to your neighbor and he owns a yard business and he's willing to do this fundraiser for you. The cost for him would be $250. The profit you would make would be $200. He would get advertising on a banner and through the marquee when wintertime comes for the that's in the gym. So the banner we would post up, and we were trying to get it above our lockers, and then the marquee would have everything else. If not, then the banner can be displayed, hopefully by us as cheerleaders. So depending on how many we have, we would put all those businesses on one banner so that it could be by us during the games. Anyway, I had one girl last year sell 3 of those. So she made $600, and that covered quite a few things for her in the upcoming costs. So that was awesome. They're really easy to do if you go out in groups and you go together and you alternate who gets who for businesses. And if you know people, that's even better. If you don't know people, there's a lot of local businesses that are willing to support the teams at the high school. So put your big brave girl face on and go out and make yourself known and see if there's people out there to support you. The next cost is shoes on this list. We do Infinity cheer shoes. Those are $97, and then we also do a team shoe, and that will be up to $70. Sometimes we can get them on sale, and so it won't cost you as much. We do Nike tennis shoes, and so they're shoes that they can wear to school, but then we also usually have them wear those to like just on the bus before we get somewhere, and keep their cheer shoes for while they're cheering. We usually do a letter fundraiser for that. The letter fundraiser is where girls send a letter to friends and family asking for a sponsorship. They will do something for it, so they can perform a skill or maybe perform a service if they'd like, yard service or whatever. If there's a way for them to earn the money, that would be great. If grandparents are like, hey, listen, I'd like to just give you this, but I want to make sure it goes to you, just know that the entire amount that you get for this fundraiser goes right to you. All of this will be explained in a little bit more detail once you've made the team, but there is a fundraiser for the shoes as well. And it also goes for the cheer accessories. So the cheer accessories, we have a infinity backpack that we usually get the girls. It's glitter, it's cute, and has their name on it, and it's a really nice backpack. That's $98. They get a pair of metallic palms, and those are $45. And then they usually get about 3 to 4, sometimes 5 bows throughout the year. Those are about $15 a piece, but we charge $45 because sometimes we can get them for a deal. So we don't usually ever charge more than $45. They have a game day cheerwear pack that comes up. That includes a Nike hoodie, some leggings. It also includes any national travel gear. Now, if you aren't on the competition team and you're on the sideline timeout team and you don't want to go to nationals, then this wouldn't be a cost to you. The nationals travel gear part. The long sleeve hoodie and tights would be. The hoodie's usually about $40 and the tights are about $43. And then the national travel gear, which includes jacket, pants, shirt, and a bow, that's usually about $150. Like I said, if you're not going to nationals, and then the $150 wouldn't apply to you. The fundraisers that we like to use for this one is mini cheer. Mini cheer we do during football season, and it's super fun. I've been asked to do it in basketball season, but we had a little bit of a debacle in the scheduling, and so we weren't able to do mini cheer during basketball season. But next year I'm hoping that we can. We usually provide a clinic for some little kids, and they come and cheer with us. I'm sure a lot of you have actually done it before, as you know, before you were a cheerleader on Herriman, and it's a lot of fun. You get a shirt and a bow, and you get to perform at halftime, and it's fun, and a couple days of clinics. Anyway, the girls make $25 off of each mini cheer recipient. The cost for the mini cheer person is $35, and so they would make $25 off of each of those. So if they had 4 girls sign up under their name, that's $100 that would go to them. So it's awesome. The more kids you find and go out and search for, the more money that goes in your pocket, and the bigger our group gets, and it's so fun. We have a cost of cheer banquets. We try and do homecoming, Christmas, Thanksgiving, and one competition one. So each of those we charge $10. Now that fee could go down, not up, but down. If restaurants happen to donate food to us for any kind of these, then we don't have to pay that cost. And so we don't charge you that cost. So if you are a team mom for the team next year, and you say you get Texas Roadhouse or Chick-fil-A to donate for that part of the banquet, then we don't have that cost. So that's a way for you as parents to help that one at least kind of go down. We do an end of the year banquet. That fee is $20. That includes the cheerleader and their parents. And it's a nice dinner that we provide. Unfortunately, this year we haven't gotten to do it yet, but we're hoping to still make that up to our kids. But anyway, there is that end of the year banquet. We have some miscellaneous fees like birthday gift and end of the year gift. That's usually about $30. We try and do something great for these kids for their birthday and the end of the year that they appreciate and that they can get use out of. So we try not to be frivolous with your money. Usually clothing is quite a good option for kids because they wear it and they like to support their school, and they're all excited about it. So we try and do stuff like that, not frivolous stuff, but at least stuff that you get your money out of. There are some optional costs, and this year we would really like for people to have a Letterman's jacket. Cheerleaders freeze during football season, and a Letterman's jacket is so nice. They look uniform, but it also keeps them warm. If your child is a freshman and they want to cheer all through high school, it is a good investment because it's a nice warm wool coat. The cost of those is usually about $350. The more you add to your jacket, the more patches and whatnot, the more they cost. But with the basic cheerleader and you're graduating and the H and all of that kind of fun stuff, they've usually been about $350. There are things like region. If we win region and state and we do pins for captains and varsity pins, then those costs can go up. Region and state shirts are usually about $11. The patches for region and state are about $20, and those are the ones that get sewn onto their Letterman's jacket. We do have the opportunity, not last year, but the year before, we did take state in both of our divisions, and so we gave the option to certain kids to get state rings, and that was fun. Those can be anywhere from $200 to $300. So that is definitely an option and not a must-have. We have pins, captain pins, all of those. Those are a couple dollars a piece. Not a big deal, but they're all options, and I'm supposed to tell you about them. So there you go. We have camp. So camp will be in the summer. We have 2 camps. We have to do a UCA or a USA camp in order to be able to compete at nationals. I know that not everyone is going to be competing, but this is a really great way for us to learn new skills and progress as a team and stuff like that. And so we like everyone to participate in that. It's a 4-day camp at Provo. It's from June 10th through the 13th. And the cost of that is $300. This is a commuter camp. So the commuter camps are unique in the fact that we all meet at the school, we take a bus down, we come back at night. The cost to stay down there is so much more that it's really not worth it, in my opinion, when we live so close. If we didn't live close, then I would get it. But because we live close to the camp, it's definitely a benefit for us to just go down and come back every night. We also have a Weber State camp. I love this camp with my whole heart. We have done this camp for several years now with Weber State, and we learned some killer stuff from them. And it's a semi-private camp, meaning it's us and maybe a couple other teams, but the couple other teams and us make it competitive, and so it's fun. We learn a lot of stuff. That year, this is going to be June 18th and 19th. It's a 2-day commuter camp as well, so we'll go there and come home, and then go there and come home. We usually try and do a team bonding activity in that camp too, so that we, can have the overnight experience, but not. That camp is $170. And then we usually, like last year we did the BYU Concessions Fundraiser, and we are going to do that again this year. They, for now, have not changed any of their dates. They have the 4th of July and then 6 home games for football that you would do concessions for. I had some kids earn some really good money off that, anywhere from $600 to $900 per kid. So that was a really great fundraiser that they could earn money for. And it was usually them and one or both parents, or them and their sibling and both parents. I mean, you have the ability to earn quite a bit of money doing this, and it was definitely worth your time for those of you who are interested. So again, all of these fundraisers can be discussed once your child makes the team, but just know for information purpose that there is a way to alleviate a lot of the expenses. Nationals, it really just depends what the cost of nationals is. $1,600 is probably maximum. So I will leave it at that. We try and do some fundraising for that. So that cost can be taken down as well. That is it for the costs for now. Again, any questions, please shoot me an email. I do want to go over one last thing, and that is my very important thing, and that is I lost my paper. That is your why. Why do you want to be a cheerleader on Herriman High School? And this why is super important for not just the cheerleader, but for parents too. Why would you ever want to do this, right? It's a lot of work. It's a lot of time. It's hard. It's strenuous. I'm going to tell you right now that it has been a long time since I've been a cheerleader. I'm getting older, but I remember it like the back of my hand. I love cheer with my whole heart. I love the coaching aspect, and I like to see kids progress in this passion that they have. I like to support them in their achievements and the goals that they reach and all of that. I like to see them develop relationships amongst their teammates. Some that may seem like they would have never ever come, but I like to see that. There's some really amazing leadership things that come from these kids, and it helps them progress in their life after high school. Most of us aren't going to be cheerleaders after high school. Some of us will go on and do it in college, and some of us won't. Most of us probably won't. But the experience that you get and the things that you learn from being on this team it's pretty remarkable. Kids learn so much from being on this team, and I like to see that. I have a passion for cheer and a passion for coaching, and I love these kids like they're my own. So we really truly try to become a family in this team. Keyword, family. That's going to be something that you need to put in your email at the end of this. That is your keyword. This really truly does become your second home for your kids. So they spend a lot of time with us. We do all that we can to make them amazing human beings, second to what you do as parents. So just know that we try and do that. We like our kids to have 3 things: passion, integrity, and effort, right? It takes a lot of passion to come and do the things that they do day in and day out all year long. It just does. It takes a lot of effort on your part as a parent and a cheerleader to come and do the things that you do day in and day out. And integrity, by living and upholding the standards that we're asked to live, really bring you a lot of integrity. I appreciate the cheerleaders that I have and the ones that I've had. And so just know that we are trying to do this amazing thing for your youth and kids. And we appreciate all that you do as parents to help develop that. We do our very best to communicate with you as parents in any kind of situation. So whatever comes up, if your child is on our team, we do our very best to make sure that they are having a very fulfilled experience. Sometimes there's differences of opinion and kids make mistakes. We work through those and we try and do those together, and we know that things happen and it's just the way that it is. But we like to try and do our very best to help your kid in every situation. Please think about your why and why it is that you want to be a cheerleader for Herriman High, and why it is that you as parents want your child to be a cheerleader at Herriman High. It is not only fun, but it's a great ride. So just know that we're excited for this upcoming season. We're excited to meet all of you. And if something happens and you're not able to try out, or you just don't feel confident, sometimes trying out is just a really good experience in itself, whether you make it or you don't. It's just learning how to go through that process in life, because it's usually what happens. Sometimes you make it and sometimes you don't. But I am so excited. I saw a lot of talent at our sneak peek. That makes me super excited. Kids are so excited to be a part of the school. Just having that is neat to watch. So again, keyword family. Put that in an email to me at sarah.oborn once you've finished watching this video. Along with that, you can ask me any questions. You guys are great. I hope I've answered any questions that you have. If I've forgotten anything, please don't hesitate to ask. I'm sure I have. This is like take 500 of my videos, and the more I watch them, the more I mess up. So forgive me, stay safe and stay healthy, and we'll see you soon. Bye.